Over the years, there's no doubt which topic causes the most confusion. Take a guess. What do you think? Let me hear it. Who said infield fly rule? Okay. This is the rule that no matter how many times you hear it explained, it seems to go in one ear, out the other. Okay. Some reasons. Well, first off, it's a bit of an oddity. Many things have to happen for it to apply. This helps us go ahead and build a mental block toward it. Okay. The other thing is not understanding the intent of the rule. So there's sometimes, it seems to be a lot to remember, but today you will remember the infield fly rule. I believe you'll also remember tomorrow. Okay, so let's start by looking at it in sections. To start, when is the infield fly rule possible? Okay, runners on first and second, or runners on first, second, and third before two are out. People often remember that part, but that's only stage one. Okay, baseball has all kinds of signals. Managers signal coaches, coaches signal players, catchers signal to pitchers, etc., etc. If you watch professionally trained umpires working in 2, 3, or 4-man crews, you'll see them signal each other also. When this stage one condition exists, you'll see an umpire signal each other. Okay, they remind each other that stage one is on. The signal may be touching a shirt pocket or a belt, something that seems natural. It's not going to be like a third base coach tugging on the ears and everything else. Okay, it's going to be something natural and really not that discernible. Okay, but there's also a signal for when stage one comes off. So, for example, let's say we had runners on first and second base with one out. You have a pass ball and the runners advance to second and third. Okay, if the signal was a breast pocket, you may see them wipe it off. Okay, if a belt, you may see them swipe at the belt buckle or the brim of the cap. Okay, indicating that the situation is now off. So that's part of the signal that goes on. So, do you think you can recognize when stage one is on? Okay, in a few minutes, you're going to learn the key that I think will help you recognize it every time. But first, let's take a look at stage two. So we have stage one. Now stage two, we have a high fair fly ball. Can't be a line drive or a bunt. And it has to be judged able to be caught by an infielder with ordinary effort. Now with early rec ball, the thing I look for, I'll never call an infield fly if the infielder's still backpedaling, okay? Because that is the fly ball they had the hardest time, the one that's slightly over their head. It's not going to be easy to catch, okay? So I want to see them being stationary, actually able to come in a step on the ball before I'll go ahead and call the infield fly rule down in your beginning leagues. But if all these things are present, invoking the infield fly rule does this. It declares the batter out. The runners may advance at their own risk. So on the surface, the rule seems to penalize the team at bat. But that's not the intent. Okay, let's take a closer look. Let's repeat one time. Okay, picture it in your mind. Some repetition is going to help you. Runners on first and second, or first, second, and third before two are out. Another way to say that is when there's a possibility of two or more force plays. Okay, and our rule books and references don't mention it that way. Okay, but it's a major clue as to the intent of the rule.